Everyone, my name is and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking the play button. I am so excited to be here. I've been away for some time, but I'm back and I'm happy to be here. So last time I did a study on the word peace, and today I want to do the part 2 of what is peace, and then I will be looking at 4 more meanings of this word. It is very interesting that when I did the study, I discovered 16 words that defines peace in both the Old and the New Testament. And today I'll only be looking at 4 more because most of the words are similar. Yeah. The word that I want to start with is hasor. Oh, yeah, I hope I'm pronouncing it well. It's a Hebrew word which means to hold peace, hold tongue, keep silent, be silent, and still. And we can see this in Matthew chapter 26, verse 62 to 63. What was happening here is that the high priest asked Jesus to answer to the charges brought against him. And the Bible tells us that Jesus held his peace in King James Version. And then in the NIV version, it uses the word silent, but Jesus remained silent. Yeah. So this is a very interesting context that the word peace is used in. Yeah. It's used in a way of remaining silent. Yeah. And then the second word, and there were a lot of words that were similar to this meaning of being silent, remaining silent. Yes. And then the second word that is used in the Bible for peace is this type of offering, peace offering in the Old Testament. And we see this in the book of Leviticus chapter 7 verses 11 until 21. So peace offering was used as thanksgiving, and people during the peace offering would offer the meat and the bread. And then peace offering was also used to fulfill a vow or as a voluntary offering. The people during the peace offering for this reason would offer the meat. Yeah, so in the New Testament, I did not see that ritual being done anymore. Yeah, so that's the second word that I found for peace offering. And then the third word that I want us to look at is the word in English is pronounced as irene, and then in Greek, it's a Greek word, it's pronounced as irene. Yeah, and the meaning of this word irene is to join, one, quietness, rest, set at once again. The first example that I want us to look at, it is when Jesus was talking about this word irene in the book of John chapter 14 verse 27. Let me read it. Peace, which is irene, I live with you, my peace, irene, I give to you, not as the world gives, do I give you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So the first thing about this word is that the peace of Jesus, here it is called irene. That's the first thing. And then the second thing that I want us to observe in this verse is the distinction that Jesus here is making. Jesus here is very clear on his responsibility and the responsibility of the disciples. Jesus here is saying, my responsibility is to give you peace. And it is very important to understand that, and I think I said this in part 1, that we cannot find peace on people, on places, on things. Jesus is the giver of peace, and that peace that Jesus gives out is called irene. And the second responsibility that Jesus is highlighting here is that, you know what, make sure that your hearts are not troubled. Make sure that you are not afraid. Yeah, that is the opposite of the peace of Jesus, when your heart is troubled or when you are afraid. And I think things like that, these two things, they take away the peace of Jesus immediately. When we allow fear to dominate our hearts, it's really difficult to have the peace of God at the same time with fear, to have the peace of Jesus at the same time with fear. Yeah. And then the second example that I want us to look at regarding this peace, this RNA, it is in the book of Mark chapter 5. In this chapter, the woman was healed from the bleeding that took place for 12 years. This woman was healed from the blood that was just not stopping, coming out, not stopping for 12 years. The Bible tells us that her faith healed her. I love what Jesus said to her in Mark chapter 5, verses 35. Let me read it. Verse 34, he said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering." And the same word is used here, irene. Go in peace, go in irene, and be free from your sufferings. It was so important here for Jesus to release this woman, not only with physical healing, but also with a peaceful heart. And I think most of you watching this video, you will agree with me that most of the physical pain that you had in your life, it was the result of a painful heart. Yeah, so I like here that Jesus is releasing this woman, daughter, go in peace, go in irony. Yeah, it's so beautiful. The fourth word that I want us to look at is this word. It is pronounced as ireneo, and it's coming from this word that we just studied irene. Yeah, and then this word is used in the context of the meaning. It's live in peace and act peaceful. And we see in this scripture that this word is used in the context of living, having peace with other people. And the verse that I want us to look at for this example is Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. That is all that I had for you today. My hope and my prayer is that you will have the peace of Jesus in your life. My hope and my prayer is that you will live with other people peacefully. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until I see you again next time. Goodbye.